Relax and let tonight's peaceful tale carry you to sleep. Tulip and the Helpful Sprite, Beneath the Starry Night. This story is about Tulip and Anemone, who embark on a magical adventure among the stars, learning valuable lessons and creating unforgettable memories. Tulip lived in a quaint village nestled between rolling green hills and crystal-clear rivers. Every night, she watched the sky filled with twinkling stars, imagining stories about the constellations. On one such night, a gentle breeze carried with it a shimmering light that seemed to dance among the stars. It was Anemone, the helpful sprite known for spreading kindness and magic. Anemone drifted down gracefully, her translucent wings glowing faintly. She landed softly next to Tulip, her presence calming and serene. "Hello, Tulip," Anemone greeted warmly. "I've seen you marveling at the stars. Would you like to go on a journey to learn their secrets?" Tulip's eyes widened with excitement as she nodded. In a wave of her delicate hand, Anemone summoned a sparkling path that spiraled upward into the night sky. Hand in hand, they ascended until they were amidst the stars. They met the Great Bear constellation, who told them stories of ancient travelers. They saw Orion, the mighty hunter, who taught them about courage. Each star had a personality, a lesson to share. Tulip and Anemone laughed, learned, and grew with each story. When it was time to return, the stars gifted Tulip with a small, glowing star as a keepsake. As they touched back down on Earth, the first light of dawn began to break. "Thank you, Anemone," Tulip whispered, holding her glowing star close. "I will treasure this night forever." Anemone smiled and gently vanished into the morning mist, leaving behind the memory of an unforgettable adventure beneath the starry night. Let's turn to the next gentle story. Together. This story is about Petunia and her snail friend Ma, who share adventures and build a timeless bond together. In a quaint village, surrounded by hills covered in wildflowers, a little girl named Petunia lived in a cozy cottage with her family. On one sunny morning, while exploring the garden, she found a curious snail with a glossy shell that shimmered in the sunlight. She named the snail Ma, and from that day on, they became inseparable friends. Petunia and Ma embarked on many adventures together. They played hide-and-seek among the towering daisies and giggled while making up stories about magical creatures in the garden. Ma, despite his slow pace, always found ways to keep up with Petunia, leaving a trail of sparkling dew in his wake. Dark afternoon, as dark clouds gathered on the horizon, Petunia and Ma discovered a hidden path that led to an enchanted part of the forest. The trees were tall and ancient, their leaves whispering secrets as the wind rustled through them. Petunia and Ma ventured deeper, their curiosity urging them on. They found an abandoned treehouse that seemed to belong to someone long ago. With Ma's encouragement, Petunia climbed up the rickety ladder and peered inside. The treehouse was filled with treasures, handwritten notes, old trinkets, and a dusty telescope. They spent hours together, reading the notes and imagining the lives of the treehouse's previous occupants. Despite the storm brewing outside, the treehouse felt warm and safe. After their discovery, Petunia and Ma would visit the treehouse often. It became their secret hideaway, a place where they could dream and imagine together. They added their own notes to the collection, vowing to keep their friendship as strong as ever. Even as Petunia grew older and life's responsibilities began to crowd in, she never forgot the adventures she had shared with Ma. She often visited the garden and the treehouse, reminiscing about the days of wonder and magic. Ma, with his steady, enduring presence, was always there, a reminder that no matter how much time passed, the bonds of true friendship could never be broken. The years went by, but the warmth of their shared memories and the joy of their companionship lasted a lifetime. Another story awaits to soothe your heart. Petrea and Camellia, a tale of love. This story is about Petrea, a kind village girl, who discovers an unexpected bond with Camellia, a fire spirit, proving the power of love and friendship in the face of adversity. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a kind-hearted girl named Petrea. She had eyes as bright as the morning sun, and hair as golden as the fields of wheat that surrounded her home. One evening, while exploring the edge of the forest, Petrea stumbled upon a glowing ember left behind by a campfire. As she stared at it, the ember began to grow, taking on a life of its own. From the flames emerged Camellia, a fire spirit with shimmering red and orange wings. Camellia was as beautiful as the most brilliant sunset and as warm as a hearth in winter. Petrea and Camellia became inseparable friends, their bond growing with each passing day. They shared stories, laughter, and secrets under the star-studded sky. One day, a great storm swept through the village, threatening to destroy everything Petrea held dear. Gathering all her courage, Petrea sought Camellia's help. Camellia enveloped the entire village in her warm embrace, protecting it from the storm's fury. The villagers were astonished and deeply grateful, understanding the power of love and friendship. As they rebuilt their homes, they celebrated the union of Petrea and Camellia, understanding that love could manifest in the most unexpected forms. Petrea's heart swelled with happiness as she realized that love knows no boundaries, not even those between humans and spirits. Their story was passed down through generations, reminding everyone that love is the greatest force of all. Let's wander softly into another story. The Legacy of Lobelia and Puppy. This story is about woman, Lobelia, and her cat, Puppy, who spread hope and kindness through their stories, leaving a lasting legacy. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between emerald hills and sparkling rivers, lived a kind-hearted woman named Lobelia and her affectionate cat. Lobelia's cottage, with its thatched roof and blooming garden, was a sanctuary for all kinds of weary travelers and lost souls. Each evening, as the sun dipped behind the hills, casting a golden glow across the village, Lobelia would sit by the fireside and tell stories of wisdom and wonder. Puppy, with her fur as soft as moonlight and eyes like twin emeralds, would curl up in Lobelia's lap, purring softly as she listened. The tales Lobelia told were more than just stories. They were treasures passed down through generations, each one carrying a piece of the past and a lesson for the future. One chilly autumn night, as the wind howled outside and the fire crackled warmly within, Lobelia began a particularly special story. It was about a brave knight who saw a mythical flower that could heal all wounds. As she spoke of the knight's daring quests and the enchanting forests he traversed, Puppy's purring grew louder, as if she too were entranced by the tale. Lobelia paused, looking down at Puppy. You know, dear Puppy, our stories are like the seeds of that mythical flower. They heal hearts and minds, and they must be cherished and passed on, she said softly. The next morning, Lobelia and Puppy set out for their usual walk through the village. They greeted everyone they met with warmth and kindness, spreading joy with their presence. Children would run up to Puppy, giggling as they petted her, while elders shared laughs and wisdom with Lobelia. As the years went by, the bond between Lobelia and Puppy only grew stronger. They became symbols of love, compassion, and the endearing power of stories. One day, a letter arrived from Lobelia. It was from a faraway land, where a young woman named Alara had heard of Lobelia's tales and wanted to learn more. Alara wrote about the struggles and hardships her village faced and hoped that Lobelia's stories could bring hope and comfort to her people. Moved by the letter, Lobelia decided it was time to venture beyond her village. She and Poppy packed their belongings and set off on a journey to Alara's village. Along the way, they encountered many challenges, but Lobelia's unwavering spirit and Poppy's gentle companionship saw them through. When they finally arrived, they were welcomed with open arms. Lobelia shared her stories with Alara and her people, and just as she had hoped, the tales brought solace and inspiration. The villagers felt a renewed sense of hope and unity, finding strength in the lessons woven into each story. As days turned into weeks, Lobelia and Poppy continued to spread their legacy. They taught the villagers how to tell their own stories, encouraging them to share their experiences and wisdom. Poppy became a beloved figure among the children, who would often be found curled up with her, listening to tales of adventure and magic. Eventually, it was time for Lobelia and Poppy to return home. Their village had missed them dearly, and they were welcomed back with a grand celebration. Lobelia knew that her journey had only just begun. She had planted the seeds of her stories far and wide, ensuring that her legacy would live on for generations to come. On the night of their return, as they sat by the fireside once more, Lobelia looked at Poppy and smiled. "We have done well, haven't we, Poppy?" she whispered. Poppy purred in agreement, her eyes reflecting the warmth of the fire and the love they had spread. And so in their cozy cottage, surrounded by the magic of their stories, Lobelia and Poppy drifted off to sleep, knowing that their legacy would continue to bloom in the hearts and minds of all who heard their tales. Sleep tight, and let peace carry you through.